All right. So then to continue the, let's say, series that we have uploaded Ray's deck list, Novas, and now we're gonna go into Sanga. Coming from a diagram main, you might have thought this could have been, should have been the first deck I did, right? The problem is, I wasn't looking forward to this center that much until I kind of started building it. Seems fun. Is still not what I really want, but yeah, I guess it was the third. And Wolf has been a pain in my butt, so that's gonna be last, I guess. All right, let's go into what I got done in here. This stupid thing. Alright, so what does this new Sanga Center does? She has a team auto that says at the beginning of your attack phase, if there are blue, black, and green Signy on your field, enter charge 1. Then target up to 1 Signy in your enter zone and add it to your hand. So basically, this deck revolves around you having your 3 lanes filled and you need 3 different colors on them, right? So, we're gonna go into that in a sec, but then she has 2 more abilities. The enter ability is enter charge 2, and then action, once per game. It's the same ability as Madoka and Musica. Target one level 1 diagram Elrig on your field and return it to your Elrig deck, so you can bounce it and use it again. So let's keep in mind that this deck requires you to have 3 different colors on your field, right? Let's just check our assist rigs first. For Madoka, we are running the usual Madoka float. Enter, discard 1 card from your hand, draw 3. Just drawing is good. Alright? Madoka float is good. And then we're using Madoka clap. I don't think there is much to say about this card. It's just enter, down target Signy opponent's field, and then you can discard 2 cards and then down another target Signy, and then you can pay a blue and 2 colorless and down another one. Right? Straightforward, stopping all the attacks, just fun, right? Then for Musica, we are going with Musica Power Move. The level 1 that targets a Signy opponent's field and it gets minus 8k, so this kills anything that is 8k or less. So you just clear a lane on the early game, just deal 1 more damage. Pretty straightforward too. And then we are using the new Musica Stomping. There's one reason why I'm running this over the other level 2 Musica. This one on enter vanishes anything. The other one gives minus 12k. Of course, sure, it's 12k. The majority of the things die for that, right? But like just vanishing anything straight out, if you're playing against green, they might have some stuff that is like higher power, like 15k or stuff like that. There is a lot of cards in green that give like plus 5k, plus 3k, stuff like that. And any rise Signy that you might find, like Anu Mirage, Nobunaga, and I believe there's even more coming out, die for this too. It's just not just the 12k. And then you can pay a colorless and 4 black and target 1 Signy opponent's field and it gets minus 12k. The majority of the time you'll not be using the second effect, right? As of the other one, the splits, I believe it was, you're probably not using the second effect either, but this second effect is minus 12k and I believe the other one is minus 8k. So then if you really need to, you can do it, but if you don't, the first one, enter, vanish, anything, is already pretty good, pretty nice. And since we are on green, we are using some energy charging tools, so that's nice too. And another energy charging thing, so for the pieces, first one, we are using Salvage the Future. We are on the diagram team. Diagram pieces, like I've been saying, are still pretty good. This just, if you want, you can mill your opponent. If you don't, you can just grab 3 Signis from your trash to your hand that doesn't have a guard symbol, so no servants. But you can grab pieces or anything you need, since you always need 3 colors on the field. This might help. There's a lot of ways to get 3 colors. We're gonna look into that in a bit, but this might help if you want to get some pieces back to hand. And then we are using GGG, which is a pay 0. It's a new piece. The use condition is that there has to be a green L rig on the field. It's our main one. And then you get the following ability for the rest of the game. Auto, when you grow an L rig on your field during your turn, if it is your first grow that turn, enter charge 1. This helps a bit. It gives you some more enter, and we will need it. So yeah, we're on green. We like enter. We're just using this to just get even more. Just pretty cool card overall. If you're playing any deck with green, this is something you might choose. Something pretty fun. Alright, then we are gonna go into the level 1s. To start it off pretty quickly, for servants, you want to run this in every deck. I don't think there is much more to say about these. Then we are running 3 of Yukus, which basically says put up to 1 level 1 Signy from your hand into your enter zone. Basically, if you have any level 1s that you don't need in your hand anymore, you can just use this to enter charge a little bit more. Then the life burst ability is enter charge 2, then add up to 1 target Signy from your enter zone to your hand. So basically, you're enter charging even more, and you're grabbing pieces that you might have enter charged before back to your hand, right? We're running 3 of these. Then the next one is Merly, Jade Beauty. It's a new level 1, and it's one that helps a lot how the deck wants to be played, because, let's read the ability. It says, constant, this Signy cannot be vanished by the effects of your opponent's level 1 Signy. This is already pretty good. But the really good effect is, enter, target 1 L rig on your field, and this Signy gets 1 of its colors until the end of turn. Right? So if you need 1 more color for your Sanga, let's say you have a blue card, you play this, you grab the color of Musica, and you already have 3 colors. Right? You need 2 cards. This is a pretty cool card. The fact that it cannot be vanished by the effects opponent Signy, it's said that it's level 1 or like level 1 Signy. It could be like Zhao Yun, which is level 2 or lower. But this is still pretty good. It still gets away from that level 1 that kills 3Ks. So it's a pretty cool card overall. And the life burst is enter charge 1. The next time you'd be damaged by Signy this turn, you are not damaged instead. That's another pretty good one. We're enter charging even more and negating an attack, negating a damage, I mean. Then the other level 1 I'm running is, if this loads, Antilla, Natural Planet, which says put up to 1 target level 1 Signy without a Guardian from your trash on top of your deck. And then your life burst ability, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal a Signy from among them and add it to your hand, or put it onto your field, put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Just gonna leave the life burst straight out of the gate. I like these kinds of effects that lets you put Signies on the board from a life burst effect. It's like if you're covering a lane, if you really need to, or basically negating an attack, or just setting up for next turn with a piece that you really need that you found on the top 3 in this case, and the enter abilities activate, so that's pretty cool. And for the enter ability, I'm using this in case we run out of our level ones that we really need. Like, if we, for some reason, we get like 2 or 3 of these on life burst and you need another one, or you want this, or anything in general, if there is a level 1 that you have on your trash and you want it back, you can literally just use this to put it on top of your deck, right? It's pretty flexible. We have a few level 1s, you might want them back. It's just an overall great ability for that kind of stuff. Then another great one that we're running just really fast is a blue-black vanilla, just to get those 3 colors on the board, since we are running more green stuff. This, and we only have like black level 3s. Even though we have Merly, we are running at least 2 imps. I didn't have an idea. I'll when I finish talking about the deck, I'll tell you what you can replace these for. But I like to have 2 vanillas that count as 2 colors, just for Sanga and another one of our level 3s. So just straight out a vanilla. And then the last level 1 we're running is Parajuli's Phantom Aquatic Beast. Whenever the Signy attacks, if 1 or more cards were moved from your deck to your enter zone this turn, you may pay a green and a colorless. If you do, vanish target Signy or opponent's field with power 8k or less. It's basically killing level 2s as a level 1, right? It's just pretty fun. You need to enter charge from your deck, but as we saw, we are running GGG, and we are running a lot of enter charging. So this is just a pay to vanish something on attack, which is even better because your opponent can't like fill lanes with like pieces or assist rigs, or if they get like a life burst that puts something on the board, this can just kill it again or something like that. So it's on attack effects. I really like on attack effects. This is pretty fun. We're running 3. This might be a bit I would say this could be a bit expensive to pay 2, but if we're going to see the other level 1, it's like a pay 1 to kill something 3k or less. So this is kind of strong, and since once again we're ender charging, we're trying to get enough enter for all our effects, even though we still have some stuff that doesn't need enter to be played. Those are the level 1s, and then as we go to level 2s, I wanna have a second of silence for my soul that I just lost building this deck. Because because this is so painful. We're running for color. My most hated card in this whole game. The Vanilla Blue 10k with life burst off down up to 2 targets in your opponent field to draw a card. I've lost too many games for this card. I despise this card with everything I have. But we had to run it. You know why? Because we needed more blue cards, right? And there weren't any really level 2 blue cards that I wanted to run with life bursts. And I wanted to run the green kind of version of this. But I needed blue because of Sanga's effect, and one of our grade 3's effect. So I had to run this. I despise this card with everything. And with even more testing, if I see that I don't need that much blue, I'm getting rid of this for the green version. Alright? If you find anything else better to run here, just get rid of these cards, put them in the trash, rip them in half, burn them, do anything you want to them. Just don't let them leave. Right? I just despise this card. Not gonna talk about it anymore. And the other level 2 that we're running is Chirin, Natural Plant, which is a new level 2 that says enter if this Signy is in your center Signy zone and recharge 1. It's a level 2 that enter charges 1 if you put it on your center. Just that. You probably just put this in the center, use your retire for the turn, and get rid of it. It's just another enter charge tool. Just that. It's a level 2 that gets killed by that level 1 red thing. So, you know, you probably just want to do that. Just enter charge 1, retire. It's the same thing that you would probably do with Black Saddle. The level 3 that on enter charges 1. It's a 10k. This is probably the same, but it's a level 2, so it's not taking space on your level 3s. It's easier to get space on the board with your limit, so if you already have some stuff on the board. And then now, we are gonna go into our level 3s. Just to start it out, Asa Gitzune, it's one of the best green level 3s printed. It just says whenever this Signy attacks, if you moved one or more cards from your deck into your end zone this turn, you may pay a green and a colorless. If you do, vanish target Signy or opponent's field with power 12k or more. And enter ability, up to 2 other target Signy get plus 5k power until the end of turn. That just helped, but the first effect is where you use it more often. You literally just need to enter charge 1 with any ability of the Signy we have, and the effect is up. It's basically the same thing as Parajulis. If you enter charge from your deck at least once, you can pay 2 and kill an 8k. This one you pay 2 and kill a 12k or more. Right? This is 8k or less. This is 12k or more. Which is pretty cool because the majority of level 3s are 12k. And if you're playing against green, they're even higher power than that. Or once again, Rise Signy have more than 12k too. So that's another one of the things that we were talking about before with Musica's assist. Then, since the deck requires, I'm hitting the tail, requires 3 different colors on your field, why not just use Demeter or whatever this is called? I have used this card in another deck list. If you watched it, you know what it does, but for the people that didn't, it has Harmony, 1 Blue Herald Rig, which we have Madoka. Auto, at the beginning of your attack phase, if there are 3 or more colors among Signy on your field and this Signy is upped, target 1 other Signy on your field and you may pay a colorless and a green. If you do, that Signy gets Lancer until the end of turn. And then auto, once per turn, when another Signy on your field is vanished during your turn, and recharge 1. We are already needing 3 different colors on our field for Sanga. If you already need that, we are just doubling it up with Demeter. She needs 3 colors as well. So basically, with 3 colors, you're getting Sanga's effect to enter charge 1 and get a Signy from your energy zone back to your hand. And then you have Demeter, that if you have 3 or more different colors, you target 1 other Signy and give it Lancer. which is pretty nice ability. If you can't vanish something for some reason, you just attack onto it and you still do damage, right? This card is pretty fun. I kind of like it. Um, I don't know. I think this card just goes so well with the deck since you already need 3 colors and this needs 3 colors too. So it's like 2 in 1 package basically. I really like to run this card over in this deck. To be honest, it's pretty fun. Pretty fun. Uh, then for the rest of our level 3s, we are running some black ones. Just because we need 3 colors. There weren't any other lower level cards that I really felt like running in the deck. So we're running a bit more removal. We have Landling that, since we are on diagram, you can literally just mill your opponent's deck. We're running 4 of this. Or you can literally just mill yourself for some reason if you want to try and get some stuff from your deck or something like that, wherever. But you can mill your opponent, so we have a bit of mill on this deck too. And then enter ability, pay 1 black, targeting your opponent's field gets minus 5k power, and if you have 20 or more cards in your trash, it gives them minus 10k. Minus 10k, kills 10ks, you probably not have 20 or more cards in your trash that many times, so it's basically just a pay 1 minus 5k. Which is alright, but yeah, we are running this here, so we have a bit of mill, and then that extra removal with a 5k or eventually minus 10k, right? You can even mill yourself to just try and get the 10k, so. But then the last level 3 we're running is Valeris. Once again, as we are running a little bit of mill, it really depends on where you want to play that turn. You have some options with the deck, with all the things that I've talked about and you saw. So you can go with this to mill your opponent, Valeris and Landling. Valeris is the harmony with 12 rigs. Whenever the Signy vanishes, the Signy in your opponent is filled through battle. Put the top 10 cards of that player's deck into their trash. This pairs well with just Demeter. The only thing is that Demeter, whatever, needs 1 blue L rig to like down to play it, and then Valeris needs 2. If you're able to get like one of these in 1 turn and this in the next one, it's pretty cool. Or in 1 turn, the other one in the next one. Pretty nice. If you're able to do that, you're basically with Lancer on Valeris, you're basically killing something, doing damage in milling 10, which is pretty strong. And then, as I said, with the team piece, you can either go for getting stuff from your trash, going in even more into the milling aspect of the deck. Basically, just these 2 cards for milling. They are basically the only mill cards that you have in the whole game right now, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we're running both of them, and that's all for the Signy. And then we are still running 3 spells with Enervating Melody. Target Signy or opponent's field gets minus 6k, unless you're on diagram, which makes them get minus 8k. I wanted to run the new spell that is coming out this set too, which if you exceed 4, you can pay 1, exceed 4, and make your opponent, one of your opponent's Signy get minus 12k. The only thing is that it's not a life burst card, and the main deck non-life burst cards were pretty stacked. You can make the thing that sure, you can just like, you could, if you wanted, get rid of like the 2 imps, get rid of 2 enervating melodies, put 2 more Antillas, or 1 Antilla and 1 of Yukus. Probably you want the 2 Antillas, to be honest, so you have the blue. And then you can put those 2 in place of the imp, 2 of those exceed 4. because I think the normal ability is minus 8k still. I'm not sure, but I can't remember right now. But even then, if you want to, that's something you can do. Just remove the 2 imps, add 2 more Antillas, remove 2 enervating melodies, and add the 2 new spells. All right, that's something to consider. I still want to like to run like 1 enervating melody. The life burst is pretty good, but like the just the enervating melody itself, it's just minus 8k. You can only exceed 4 once anyways, so it's just 1 more card. Unless you don't want to run like 3 spells and you just want to run 2, or you find more space up there, your call. But this is the build that I got for the Sanga Center. I really liked, like, at the beginning, I wasn't really looking forward to it, to be honest, but then I started building it and I saw it was kind of fun. Like the need to have 3 different colors on the field and going with the meta and stuff like that. Still having some mill in the deck. I kind of liked it. I don't know if I'm. You know what? I might build this. The deck seems really fun and just overall a nice thing. You just go try it out, see for yourself, see if you like it, if you don't. And yeah, it's just another diagram deck. I should have done this first, but I was really hyped with Ray. Then Nova seemed really fun to build too, and I thought in my mind like Ray and Nova are the decks that the centers that people are looking forward to the most. But yeah, then I went into this and this seems really fun, and I'm finishing building Wolf, which that one is that one is not another something, that is bullshit, that deck. But we're gonna go over that one tomorrow. So yeah, I'm just finishing building it, recording it probably um soon. So these are all going to be released like Monday, Tuesday, this one Wednesday, and the other one Wolf Thursday. So yeah, I hope I'm just gonna not take any more time. I just hope you guys enjoyed this, like my deck builds. Enjoy, have fun with them, and yeah, just don't forget to subscribe. If you have any question or anything, leave down below in the comments, or anything to say of the video overall. And yeah, don't forget to join our Discord server since we're trying to build a community. And yeah, see you in the next one.